Exactly.
Let's go. Then you should have had a drink. You see, you would have been. You would have known, man.
And I had coffee, that's the thing.
What the fuck is this?
Martin Salpembi. Are we starting?
Yeah.
You can check out the recording. What are we going to talk about? What's been happening?
Quite a bit.
There's a
Since
lot.
Miwa cases kicked off, Cotton Fest happened.
Yes.
Yeah, cotton first happened.
People stole money from the ZCC church.
Ah! What did you see?
How brave are those dumbasses?
Then he graduated.
Did I?
Yes! I thought it was a long time ago thing.
Yeah, it was.
I thought it was a...
It was one time ago.
That's this week.
The memo, like I just
And you know what's funny, ne? Is that we were talking about it 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
And then he was like, if I've never posted any graduation pictures, I'll never post them. But he posted them. I don't know what he posted is alcohol. All of the sudden, he's posting.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I was
pictures.
not registered. I was not graduating.
But you were.
No, but I
you
can't
were.
not understand. I was saying what it. If Mutu poster or the achievement, they will definitely post the graduation.
Okay.
I've never said
And the
one-
ones who post alcohol will always post alcohol, ne?
Yeah, but that does not mean they won't post the graduation. I've always posted I posted my graduation.
You did?
Yeah, they're still there. Marika pre-suiting well penny.
A purple.
A purple, you remember that picture?
Was it purple?
Yeah, that's true.
Ah, is it?
And posted my little Taylor.
And I'm going to say, sort of Kavatsena. Is it?
Yeah, but it was dope back in the days. Okay, well, I thought it was dope.
You were a pimp.
I was a slick, remember
Those big.
Those antennas.
Yeah.
That was Steve Harvey.
But you used to watch Mobile.
Yes.
Sututa KK.
KK.
Yo. Orange. Purple.
But I was nice. I'm gonna check a picture. Yeah, you know, like I must have a picture. I was looking dope.
You looked good. You looked good. Ne?
Purple suit, bruh. It's shiny. And this
No, I'm not. The purple one I don't know. I'm talking about.
Right now, recently.
Oh no, thank you.
No.
The one that I was wearing now, that time, this other friend of mine was also wearing Mariki. Andy was wearing a pink one.
So it was a friend thing,
why
like
did you say that?
shade of purple or shade of pink.
But Mataravatsen.
And like him,
Purple.
Nice. It's a friend of mine. Remember that I told you what? No, but it was black, bro. It was black. You see.
Yo, this one Asia, yeah, China, yeah, your party, my velvet.
But it's not mine. You
But
see
is
that?
this you?
It's me.
You. Mara air velvet. No.
No, but look at Sdeni's face. That can be him.
Yeah, you can see that you were not drinking.
I was drinking.
You hadn't
Yeah.
started drinking.
I was sober.
Yeah, you hadn't started drinking.
That's an agrega.
No, I still
2012.
do.
That's dope. That's dope.
But I look nice. Look at myself.
Sdeni, no.
No, okay, it was black. It was black. But look at how big is it. For sure, can look
But no, more when I say you look nice.
What's
No,
nice?
the outfit looks nice, but
The face.
the face.
And it's crazy how people would say to you, well, can't you lose the weight? You know that
And
thing?
you look back
And
and
then
you're
I'm
like,
like,
this
so
was
as I go
me.
back,
You look sick there.
I wanted to say it, but I was like, anyway,
it's crazy how I'm
I
sick
keep it to
now.
myself.
It's crazy how I'm sick now, but okay, let's start, guys. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is a conversation with Sdeni and Kamo, Buhle, and we're out here chilling. How are you guys?
Good.
Are you guys good?
Good.
Welcome to another episode of the Tuesday Gang. I'm out here chilling with my partner players.
I feel sick.
I'm in
Yeah.
the background, guys. You can't see me.
The
Can't
ghost
see me.
man.
Are you guys good?
We're good.
I want to ask you guys this question. What do you guys do on a regular basis to improve your mental, physical, and emotional self?
Oh, there you go. What do you mean?
Buhle, you can answer this first. Now all I do
On a regular basis.
on a regular basis, all I do,
Okay, let's start with emotional. Okay, let's start with physical. Physical, what do you guys do?
I walk.
You
I take
walk.
walks. Yeah.
Is it an intentional walk or you walk till you are going somewhere?
No, I just walk because this app where I did like set up a goal where I need to have like 80,000 steps, which I never reach.
80,000 after how long?
Steps like in a day.
In a day?
Which I never
But it's
reach.
nothing, you can do it.
But 80,000, which is
80,000
not
is
like
nothing.
you are running. It's 80
Yeah,
steps.
it's-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Do you know?
No, because no, you know why I say 80,000 is a bit too much. I've got the same. Well, my phone just automatically calculates the steps, and if I run about 7 kilometers, which I ran, let's say I haven't done even 10,000 steps.
That's running.
Yes, but then I'm just thinking about it. Like, how long must you be walking for?
No, but remember, stepping for me doesn't necessarily. When you run, you take a huge step. You understand? Stepping, I might walk very slow like a tortoise. I'm stepping. If I walk 10 times in the house and I reach 20, I'm okay.
No, but that's still a good
I
thing.
walk.
It's a good thing.
So you walk physically, and you, what do you do?
I gym.
You go to the gym.
Yeah.
Are you consistent like that?
Actually, I'm not consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. You know what the problem is? The problem are these gigs. These weekend gigs. You know? But yeah, for physical, I go to the gym, and I think it's working for me. Like it makes me even better. Like the physical part of training also works on my mental aspect.
Ah.
You also feel better.
What do you do? What do you do at the gym? Do you lift, cardio?
Mostly cardio. If I lift, like you can see my frame. So if I lift weights, like I'll
but for sure you push.
even bigger.
Honey, this is natural. It's not that gym.
No, this is
you are lying.
I'm telling you. People think I'm doing things.
No, is that natural?
Yeah, it's natural.
Yeah. Sdeni, I wish you could tell Sdeni.
Then you just showed us a picture now. Are you not lifting?
No, natural. Oh,
Not the
no.
way your physical
No, I do
appearance.
lift. I do
But
lift.
this can be a natural.
Nah, it's natural. And now if I don't train, I gain weight very fast. Within a week or two,
You're big.
I can pick up 15 kgs.
What?
Okay, not 15, I'm exaggerating. But my 3, 4, 5.
4 kg.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Do you do shoulder working?
Very light. Like I'll lift like 8 kgs,
Then
8,
chest.
10. Also that light.
10.
Yeah.
Ah, bro, you big then.
Yeah.
You big. Oh, so from your side, kg, you walk.
I just walk.
You train.
I'm one lazy person.
You look like you run.
I will never run. I might fall somewhere. No, I don't run. No, I'm so lazy.
Yeah.
One thing about me, I'm very lazy.
Shame,
but I
man.
can take walks because I want to, I want to be healthy. The whole day, it's not working.
But then doesn't that also like free your mind?
It does, honestly, and it works very well for my back because I have back problem from the accident. So it's much better for me to like move around. I don't think I'll ever join a gym because I'm broke and I'm lazy. I'll probably won't go.
You won't be lazy.
I will never go. I want to walk.
Then
And I judge people who run because most of the friends on my WhatsApp, they used to run back in January and I get to never get December. They stop running. They stop running. Now they don't post that Nike app
but it's
anymore.
always like that.
And now they don't post that Nike
You
app.
see the reason why I don't like posting some of the things that I do is that the moment you no longer do them, hey, it's a problem.
I mean,
problem.
then you can't be posting or when you went to gym and then you kitimile. When was that machine?
Treadmill.
Yeah,
Treadmill.
kitimile like 15 what?
15,
Case. I can say
15K you can. 15K is a lot.
those people running
Okay, but
like
they would.
everything,
Yeah,
right?
okay, they would.
And then from there, you stop posting. Clearly, something was chasing.
But
Kamo looks like the type where if I say no, I'm going to the gym, I've been, and then she'll ask, how long have you been going to the gym? And I'm like, no, it's been a while. Like, no, but why do you look like this?
No,
like, you look like you
must give pressure to her. She just released a mixtape now.
Mixtape?
Yeah.
Love that.
But it's dope. It's dope.
Serious?
I'm serious. You didn't listen to it.
The first one was a mess.
Love language. Is it love language?
The first one was a mess.
Okay.
The second one, it's nice. I love it.
Yeah.
I told you that I love it. I need to love it first.
Yeah.
If I don't love
I
it.
saw a couple of people posting about it, and I'm like, hey, no, let me listen. I was going in.
So
It's
you
nice.
give it the thumbs up. Then.
Yeah.
You give it the thumbs up.
Nah, he's my guy, obviously. Away.
Hey! I like it. You see? It's my guy.
I'm so disappointed that you didn't listen to it.
No, but you didn't share.
I tried to post it on my social media.
No,
Buhle is not active on social media, bruh. Like, I think he's just active on WhatsApp only.
You must share it. I want to comment on it. I want to listen.
You should give it an ear because
Okay,
you were down bad to give me 20 minutes of your set. Imagine I give it
Okay, let's finish up this thing. Then what do you do for your, physical we're done. Emotional?
Hey, emotional.
Okay, let's start with mental. Mental, what do you do for your mental health?
Lately, I do music.
You listen
because
to
it
music.
helps. Yeah,
Yes.
now I listen to music. I was not a big fan of television music or new. Like I would listen to old music.
Oh.
Like now I just explore, try new artists.
What are you listening now?
And everything.
Okay.
Deep house, R&B, hip hop. You know, I listen to everything.
What's your favorite
now.
song now?
Buddha. Buddha yela Double Trouble.
Double Trouble.
Kiko share 3 years ago, but I love it. I found it, my bad.
Double Trouble, Double Trouble, you love them.
I
Those
love
songs.
that.
And what do you do for your mental health?
Look, I'm disappointed in myself that I've stopped reading. I used to read, but
Ah.
now it's been replaced by watching motivational talks on like YouTube and whatever,
yes,
just to
yes.
get inspiration, you know. So yeah, that's what I do.
Is it effective? I'm also like that. You know, this other day I was thinking to myself for like what happened to that thing of reading, you know, buying books and because now when I wake up I listen to YouTube, go to WhatsApp, like working Facebook and you know.
But
I was
you
like,
see, the thing is,
effective.
the first thing when we wake up now, we've been programmed to get onto our phones.
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
crazy.
So for me, I'll use like maybe the first 20 minutes of my day to like try and watch something that's motivational. You know, instead of just going onto Twitter and reading all the crap that's on Twitter, I'll like go onto Facebook. I'll go onto YouTube and I'll find motivational videos and I meditate.
You meditate?
Meditate.
Yes,
So,
I meditate.
yeah, I want to try
How do you
it.
do
but,
that?
hey,
How do you do that?
You can start by just downloading like audio sounds and then
Like
audio
Binanya.
clips. Yeah, like, you can start there. Start very slow, like 10 minutes. It works. Trust me. I had a problem with sleeping, and then I download like 15-minute clips and stuff, and it will help calm my mind, and I'll end up falling asleep. So first I used it to sleep, but now I just use it to just to calm myself, just to center myself, you know. So it works.
So, have you guys ever tried audiobooks since
I haven't.
I haven't.
No.
I don't
You
know.
don't think it would work for you?
I heard a lot of people saying now they are navigating to it, but I've never tried it. I don't know. Maybe it will work. Maybe it will work. Because sometimes I'll download the sermon on YouTube and I'll just be listening to them while I'm driving and all that. But with the book, I don't think I'll be able to follow like that, you know?
Yeah, I think with the book it just needs that touch.
Yeah, I did
You
that
wanna
touch.
read,
You want to
wanna
go back to other pages
and
yeah.
you know make some notes and you know so
With
yeah
audiobooks,
but I think
it's
even from my side for my mental health it's just music and just being on social media. I don't know if it's helping mentally.
Social media stress,
Yeah, like I'm on social media a lot, man. I'm on social media a lot. When I wake up, it's like Facebook and you know, Instagram and you know, I'd watch those videos on Instagram. You know,
Okay.
TikTok also for your mental health.
is it helping?
For mental health.
Very emotional.
Not emotional. I just become positive whenever
Yes.
I'm around family. I told myself for Buhle, I told myself I want to spend some time with my family because back then I look back and I'm like, I invested a lot in friends than in family because I spend most of my time away from family. But emotionally, being around family, and just being positive, 100%. But if you go low, if you want us to go there, I'm going there with you. It doesn't matter whether
you're
we
done
said.
for it.
Yeah, I'm done for it. Ning Ning Mo, I was actually, this is actually very funny because someone owes me money, ne? So it's been 3 months. And it's only 250. And it's only 250.
When it comes to money, Buhle does not play.
Yeah.
And it's only 250. So I was telling him, or you know what? I want that money. I also need it. As much as for Yena, he doesn't have it, but I need it. And I think if it was me back then, I wouldn't be entertaining it because I'll be like, no, but for my sanity, for my emotion, no, for my emotional health, I need money. I also need money. So I was like, hey, if you want us to go that far, we are taking it that far. And he blocked me. I feel bad.
So then why aren't we exposing him?
No, Sdeni knows him, so I can't be exposing him because a lot of people know him, and probably he gets.
Do I know him?
He's a
but I don't know him.
Known DJ.
I come to work.
I don't know DJ.
He was once your like a friend. I know he's your friend.
I don't even have
Slick T.
I
posted your music or your mixtape on WhatsApp.
I didn't see. I don't have Priscilla's numbers.
Yeah.
Just be careful. We want him.
Hey, I'm gonna call him at the end and be like, hey, I need my mind. But for emotional health, my emotional health, all I do is just keep positivity. Like I distance myself from negativity. If you want us to have a fighting yarn, I will distance myself. But if I feel like no, we can go there, I will go in.
Great. Thank you so much, guys, for answering my question. No, the reason why I brought this thing up, it's one of those things, like for you to balance your dimensions of life, meaning your spiritual, emotional, and all. They say it's normally done by focusing on the things that you do on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Like the things that you do on a regular basis, they're actually the one that will balance all your dimensions of life. I mean, like if you, I'm gonna offer him, if you drink a lot, it's gonna affect your financial life.
Why did you say that so powerful here looking at me?
I'm recruiting people that would want to stop drinking alcohol so that we can walk this journey together.
I actually went into long weekend, came back, and then became a motivational.
Hey, that's why. So we need to know what I mean.
Let's stop drinking alcohol. That's my advice.
It affects the financial.
It affects your financial health.
It does.
But if alcohol makes me happy and it helps me emotionally.
But then why do you need it to make
you see, let me tell you something. Now I've asked you questions, and I've said the things that you do on a regular basis. You've spoken about music, walking, and everything. You've never spoken about alcohol.
No, I can't.
So let me tell you something about alcohol. Alcohol, in most cases, we convince ourselves that it helps us, be it coping, be it being happy, be it whatever, And no, 200 FM. That 200, it's actually counted, You get drunk, the following day you are and you make poor decisions when you're drunk. So don't convince yourself in terms of alcohol.
It's not only 200, but that 200, now you want to eat because now...
Yes.
When the hangover kicks in, you need to travel.
You need to travel.
There's food involved.
Yes.
So I get what you mean.
But what if buying
yes, I want to...
and chilling at home?
If you can, do that. Because what me and Buhle are doing is actually alcohol abuse.
Don't involve me.
I'm serious, it's actually alcohol abuse.
You see, don't involve me.
So you guys have a problem.
A problem.
You see, the people who have a problem. The problem with the people who have a problem is that they want to involve other people in their problems. That's then please. Now I'm fine. Alcohol makes me.
Now you're still at that stage of convincing yourself.
But can I tell you? So it's funny that you should talk about this because I've been following a lot of motivational accounts on Instagram. So one of the things they say is that for 6 months, just try this. Try waking up, let's say early, and then try meditating for the first 20 minutes. But drink about 2 to 3 liters of water a day. But leave alcohol, no porn, leave. I knew it. I knew I was gonna catch. But no pornography for 6 months, right? And then you see, now you made me lose my other point.
No, I'm sorry, but
Which one? Yes. So for 6 months, you should try that and then see what type of person you're going to be after 6 months. Read a motivational book here and there and just chill with people that make you feel positive for 6 months.
Wait.
6 months is a lot, guys. Like a
For-
year
it's a
is
lot for
12
what?
months.
So what is it? Which one can you not do out of all those things?
For 6 months?
Yeah.
For porn.
Sdeni, please. Please. Alcohol, not, I mean porn, no. I mean. I'm human. I need to release some hormones in my body. I need to also feel myself every now and then. I'm human, guys. I can stay away from sex, but staying away from porn for 6 months, oh, then I'm gonna go crazy.
But when you want said you watch porn to learn, almost. So what does that have to do with releasing some hormones?
I'm learning things that I'll be doing in the next 6 months.
You must leave those things.
You must leave
But
those
yeah,
things.
I like that. I like
But it
that.
doesn't say you should stay away from sex.
No, because I mean, yes, it's true that sex does. You can do it to release tensions and whatever. So that's why they said leave porn. Because
Have an intentional
they said
sex.
porn is destructive. That's what they say. Porn is destructive.
Do you think people get addicted to porn?
Oh, there are people. There are a lot of people. There are in. No, but yeah, like it is destructive, but at the same time, sometimes it helps, man.
There are people who can't function, guys.
No, besides
Because
functioning.
even when they're in a social setting, they wanna just go to the bathroom quickly and watch something.
no
So that's the
No, I wonder that one is
the
addiction, but I'm just talking about in a sense of, and I think I once said it on the conversation that imagine now you come back from work on a Friday and you finally this other toxic person. Yeah, how do you love Fernachi? That's a waste of petrol to go there.
Okay, that sounds a bit closer to home. Okay, yeah.
Which home? You relate. You understand? So when you watch porn, at least very like you come to your senses and you realize, hey, Fernaching is too far to go to Fernaching.
After you watch.
Yeah, after you watch porn.
But before that, no shakolo.
Yeah, but no, before that was shakolo, and the worst part about it is like the following day you think, Ashmara Fernaching is far.
And now it's
So in that sense, I feel like porn it helps. But when you get to a point where don't worry, like even when you're sitting like that, you wanna finish and go watching something, then that's not good. Yeah, that's not good.
That's a problem.
This other guy there was other videos like this other guy was like, you must stop watching porn. When you watch porn, and he said you must stop masturbating. When you masturbate, you're actually having sex with demons. You know, and I'm like,
I didn't know that my fingers were demons.
That discussion is another discussion.
One of those things are just a bit tricky because when you have sex, you are having sex, you're collecting bodies. When you have sex with yourself, you are having sex with demons. Basically, as a person, you shouldn't use the private parts.
Yeah, you must wait for the day you get married and use it with your wife or your husband. Okay, but the motive around this conversation is just to stay positive, you know. Let us stay positive for at least 6 months.
Let's try it.
Let's try it.
Let's see.
Let's try. So what are we talking about now? What has been happening?
So much has happened. I like Cotton Fest was trending.
Cotton
over the
Fest,
weekend.
yes.
Obviously, it's a
Have
big.
you
It's a
attended?
big. I've never. Like so I didn't attend properly, but we were on our way to a gig, myself and a friend, a couple of years ago, and then he had to fetch something, and Cotton Fest was happening.
Yeah.
So I was outside because it was just an in and out. but the vibe from outside. You know, when you're looking at kids have, like other kids have fun from afar.
Yeah.
I could see that it was a vibe. But I think what made it special, obviously, this time was because, you know, Ricky was no longer around, and that's his thing. So everyone was just like, yo, we want to see the industry come together.
Yeah.
Everyone was expecting so much from the performances. So it was on Saturday and Sunday. So yeah,
it's still happening even today.
it was on Saturday and Sunday.
Sunday.
Big thing.
Hey,
You know,
man.
so the standout performers that I know of were Cassper, Nyovest, and Nadia. So
I've seen Cassper and Nyovest perform before. I went
But I heard that even that guy went crazy. What Uncle Vin.
Uncle Vini.
Uncle Vini
Went crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Uncle Vini,
crazy.
you can tell that he's a performer. It's like Kamompela. You can tell Kamompela she knows how to perform. Kamompela, Makazi, those people are actually performers.
So basically that thing is like, oh, it's 2 days now. Because I saw
Yeah.
the lineup, it's huge.
like basically the whole industry is out there.
Yeah.
And I don't know formally what's going to happen, but apparently all the proceeds are going to go to Ricky's family or even his foundation that they've set up, you know. And you were talking about Uncle Vinny. So the reason why it was so crazy with him is because Ricky groomed him.
Yeah.
You know, Ricky groomed him.
Yes.
Ricky was the first person to be like, yo, guys,
There's this other guy.
give this kid a shot, you know?
I remember on Slicker
yeah.
TV. Yeah, no, that's dope, man. That's dope.
Yeah. So it was massive. But then people said the other performances were boring.
But it's bound to happen.
I mean, yeah.
It's bound to happen.
I mean, of course.
That lineup was a lot.
No, and besides that, also people have their own.
For sure, I'm
level.
also performing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if Sdeni is my favorite and he's not, I will definitely say I liked Sdeni's performance. You might say you don't like Sdeni's performance.
You
know,
see?
because bad man, you know, like the more you have fans, the more people are like, yeah.
So was it only hip hop?
No. It was everything. They
Everything.
just said, you know what, for the culture, just youth culture. It was everything. But you see, here's my question, guys. Like, because Cassper was shown so much love, even at the event, right? So he was almost done, and people were like, yo, they want him to perform. They were shouting his name.
Yeah.
And then you go during the week, and all people are doing are hating on Cassper on Twitter. So I'm asking myself, who are those people on Twitter that are hating on Cassper? Because you would think, Hore, okay, maybe you'll see them booing him at his performances or whatever, but that never happened. He was the one person that they always loved.
Look, let me say this.
Okay.
Let me give an example. Like Makazi. Makazi is hated, ne? But Makazi is she's a performer. She knows how to perform. Like she will give you the vibe. You probably saw her on TV, Idols, and Cassper Nyovest is a performer. Cassper Nyovest is a performer, but things that Cassper says on social media sometimes, okay, that's the answer. You will get the mood on social media, but not on when you're doing your work.
But now from the way I look at it, it's like I think sometimes it's so difficult to hate other people regardless of what they say. I mean, Cassper, the things that he does, bruh, like that guy, in as much as it's not relevant with music now, he just did a boxing match, makes him relevant. Like he has this marketing strategy. He had collaboration with Drip. Like each and every moves that he makes, be it music, business, like it's just something that you cannot hate. You understand? It's the same as Makazi. Makazi, whenever she releases some music, bruh, it's like dope. Whenever she performs, dope. She might be okay, but controversies on social media is about what? Her looks.
Well, Makazi is not hated. You know.
Yeah.
Nobody feel her looks.
Okay,
but that's what I'm saying. Like those people, it's hard for you to hate.
It's the same as Kanye West.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, Kanye West. It's like I'll tell yako kasi. I'll tell yako kasi of Vagari Lamborghini the Porsche, but to come fail. So then you like red. Blue.
But you see, that's what people are saying, that the reason why they hate Cassper is because they can't stand a black person being confident.
I don't think it's hate though.
That's the thing.
People go after
even a black person being successful, bruh. Black person being successful.
But you see, that's what, because people don't.
Cassper Nyovest is not the first black person in South Africa to be that successful.
Artist.
The first
hip hop artist.
Hey, Mara, he's pushed boundaries, eh?
Hip hop artist
Like he's pushed massive
in South
boundaries.
Africa.
and he'll tell you, yo, I own a
Is it? Are you
McLaren.
gonna compare it to Nasty C?
Filled up the what? Yeah.
I mean, Nasty C is new.
Come wait, don't you owe us a drink?
Oh, no.
Don't you
Also,
Doesn't she?
thank you so much for mentioning that.
Doesn't she owe us?
No.
Why?
We owe you.
Net Music what?
We owe it.
You guys said.
No, let's move on. Let's move on.
Let's move on.
Let's talk about it.
Hey, please, guys, let me. I'm so.
I don't worry, Chef.
I
Now
know.
I'm gonna give you a drink, because I know we're gonna do other bets, and I'm going to want
But I want my alcohol.
Can I roll Colota?
We talked about 6 packs, ne?
Amaro bachelor.
Actually,
You know what? Robala Wagrani 6. You know Robala Wagrani 3.
I was thinking naked.
KMG, come on. KMG, come
Then
on.
I blame you for misleading us.
Then is the one that said Cassper will win because
I was rooting
he's
for
the one
Cassper.
that came
I
up
was
with
rooting
the
for Cassper.
boxing what.
I was rooting for Cassper Nyovest. Man, shout out to Cassper Nyovest. I think
Nice to see. Shout out to everyone that was boarding at Cotton Fair. It's among no practice.
Also, Nadia and AKA broke up.
No,
they did not. They're actually
they did
suing.
not break up. They said they had an what?
No, they said they had a bit
What's
of
the word?
No,
altercation.
altercation. No, I think they did not. They did not. It's Daily Sun that went and say AKA Murd Nadia. That's why now AKAs and Nadia, they're actually suing Daily Sun 800,000 for that.
Defamation of character.
Defamation
Yes, because
of
I get they were in
character.
Ghana. So they were both in Ghana. It was a show, whatever.
Yes.
They both had performances. And then it was said that there was a fight between AKA and the promoters. And then also it involved Nadia,
But
So
they
then
said they unfollowed each other.
I saw that also. Then I went to go and check. And they're still following each other.
Hey, that's
So
still
also
fine.
they're still fine.
How do you check
Or
that
you want
people
them
are
to-
following each other, guys?
We have
But
the CIA.
How do you know?
you check on,
You can
on
see.
Instagram. Hey, if somebody unfollowed you and then you search their name under followers or following or followers and then it doesn't
okay.
appear, I'm unfollowing you back.
No.
Are you serious?
Hey, what
that's
do you mean?
better.
What do you mean I should follow?
You're
I'm very
petty.
petty now.
You're petty.
I'm very petty. That's what I'm saying. If we go low,
You
with the
KMG.
lower.
those people also are like, no, I'm not gonna follow until they follow. I just follow.
You just follow. Do you sit down and follow people? But
Like your content, I'll follow you. You know what I mean? Yeah,
okay.
I'll follow you. Whether I know you personally or not, I'll follow you.
No, I also have. I'm okay with that. Like I follow a lot of people who don't follow me because of their content.
Yeah.
But you cannot be Sdeni Poi and we've been following each other and then you
And then you
unfollow
just
me
decide, yeah.
and then you decide like a couple follower. We followed each other not because of content, probably because we know each other. There's no way I'm gonna stick to Sdeni's castle-like content. I'm unfollowing him.
you're following.
He unfollowed me because
I'm a public figure. You must think of this. You must
no.
And the people get touched, yo. People get so touched. Like they'll be
Social
like,
media is
oh,
mad.
so did you unfollow me? Oh, okay. I see you unfollowed me. And then like you know what the one that touches me is people who like unfollow everyone and they like follow only one person or no. So what are you saying? Oh, so I
also unfollow those.
that's arrogant.
but now sometimes this thing of people following you and like it's good to have followers, but sometimes you just have inactive followers, man. Like
Some people buy followers.
no, besides buying, like you know that thing, onogara mutana lady followers didn't change, but like
They don't do
yeah, they don't do anything. Like so, you think you're yourself or like
You see, it's like with me. I don't post a lot, and even when I do post, someone will tell me I don't
engage.
I don't engage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, yo, guys, it's so much work. Like,
Is it? But how is it so much work? To just say
so
thank you, like people's comment, and you know how nice is it to follow someone like and you comment and they like your comment.
I do like.
Sdeni.
No, but don't you know?
I know, but I mean,
It doesn't matter.
No, I mean, of course, you need to engage with people if you post something, right? But if you get a commenter on someone's status or story or something, and they react to my comment, I'm like, oh, okay, you saw it, cool. But I'm not vibed with that.
It depends, KMG.
Like, also, social media just gives me
Depends,
anxiety.
man.
Press DJ Spoon.
I'm alright.
That's it, right?
And I think this one, beautiful hair.
You won't react. You'll be shaky. But you'll be shaky. You're just saying to the camera here.
No!
Uncle Waffle was posted again by Drake. Again.
Guys, there's something there.
You think?
Do you think Drake wants to smash Uncle Waffles?
No ways. Guys.
Even Rick
You think he
Ross,
doesn't want to smash?
did you see that video of Rick Ross making some shout out to Cassper, Nyovest,
Musa Keys.
and Uncle Waffles,
Viola Davis
Viola Davis.
said that video of that lady who was dancing at the wedding.
That lady.
Yay!
That lady.
You can't do
You can't do it now.
Can you do it now?
I've seen you, bro.
He's never seen me
You
dance.
have never shaken me, Kevin. You
Never seen me
have
dance.
never shaken me.
Sdeni has never seen me dance.
Kevin, what about Gogola?
Sdeni have you
Only no.
Magogola.
I'll take a last number.
Magogola. Kakara ba mo shetse morago Gogola ba no tsaba ba no re ile bolena KMG.
And you know what's funny? Now I looked at the crew behind
Yeah,
you.
you get the crew behind.
Pamukhala man. They wanna get
She's more the budget.
Coco 2K. Coco 2K.
That lady.
That's me.
For sure, the little tell about my video, my Muruta Villa, you know.
Definitely.
Yeah, like so. Hey, these guys they are recognizing South Africa a lot. When I posted that thing of Viola Davis, this other guy was like, they're probably working on something in South Africa. We're gonna hear something, you know. They probably want support or something like that.
I know. I don't think so. Do you think so?
Did you see that video, Rick Ross?
No,
He gave a shout out to quite a lot of
but
people.
also P Diddy. I think 2 years ago, Lena Nkila shout out to some gom music. But Beyonce once featured Babes Odumo and who's that lady Olawa and Zomita Nomita. Busisa was featured on Beyonce's album as well. All I'm saying,
Kelly Rowland was in South Africa.
yeah, Kelly Rowland was here.
She did not even say anything, that lady.
She did.
No, but she did.
Did she?
She gave there was a nice video where she gave a big shout out to Buhle Mudisele. You know, saying that if you wanna dance, this is the lady who's gonna teach you the moves in South Africa. Yeah, she even took a video with her. That was very dope. That was very dope.
That those guys working drip from Did you see?
I saw one, but you never saw the first time on Twitter. I'm like, hey, sometimes it's a creative.
Mara,
Like the
Kelly Rowland, she's beautiful. I like
Kelly
her.
Rowland is very beautiful. I remember Anna Lemdota, she's not. Kelly Rowland is not pretty. I've got the receipts
there.
What, ma'am? Have you seen yourself?
Every time Kelly Rowland posts something,
South Africans are always there. Like, I will never forgive Anna.
And then she came, and when she was here, then Annele left 947. You saw that?
Really?
Is it 947? Yeah, for like 6 months, she's going away for some trips and.
Oh yeah, I saw her Instagram Karuile, California.
Yeah.
I think maybe she was.
So she's running away from Kelly Rowland.
But all I'm saying, Corey, no, if craft South Africa is doing great, American celebrities will definitely give them like.
We must prepare ourselves, eh?
For?
There's gonna be something nice that is coming out of South Africa, and we must be prepared.
But the thing is, he even said in the video, Rick Ross said in the video that he wants to start something in Africa, Maybach music in Africa.
That
You know,
would be
because
nice.
you've got other record labels that are big in the States that also have a footprint in Africa.
In Africa, yes.
You know, your Def Jams and all that. So now he can see, and a lot of them vibe to African music. You know, like you get Chris Brown vibing to a lot of Whiskey, you know, those type of vibes. So people can see, internationally they can see, or no, Africa is the place to be.
Exactly. and which is dope, man. Hey, it's dope. It's nice. I just hope they come to South Africa and give us electricity because that load shedding. I didn't experience load shedding from our side, but
Is it bad? Is it bad?
It's bad.
It was bad.
So what do you mean you didn't experience it from your side?
Where I stayed is
I don't experience load shedding, but I
in a white neighborhood.
plus.
Now we had that load shedding breakup.
Plus, I got a plus in Mabur, one generator.
When you always complaining.
No, you see, Highly Kempton Park, I'm up to here.
Yeah.
I'm up to here. And then you know what? We're going to end up mobilizing. Let me. No, because you know what?
Yeah.
Ever since the beginning of this year, right? Besides load shedding, I don't know what's going on, but every month our electricity will go for like 5 days or whatever. I don't know what they said, what power station did what, or what pipe burst, what cable burst. So now it's load shedding plus that situation. There was a day where we didn't have it was first load shedding, and then we didn't have electricity for another 6-7 hours. You know, and they won't even update you.
Yes.
They won't even update you.
Yo.
You see, so it's very annoying.
Where I come from, darling Pop. Some
other people on my WhatsApp back complain about load shedding, and I get like ANC people not I get they root for ANC so much, and I'm there like, could never be you, hey? Could never be you. If it was not because of you, maybe Ramaphosa wouldn't be here in Cassper experiencing load shedding. Load shedding in I don't know how many years.
Do you think
now.
there's going to be a political party that will solve all of these problems that we have?
There's a lot of problems in South Africa for a political party to solve them in a year. There's a lot. There's load shedding. There's water cuts. There's floods. There's potholes. There's a lot. There's unemployment. There's teenage pregnancy.
No,
there's a lot for. Look at
that one does not need a political party.
Which one?
Teenage pregnancy.
It does. It does. If but like the teenage pregnancy, this starts like 14-year-olds. The baby daddy like 23, and that's rape. That's right there is rape. If the lock up no rape it's a mention we are trongo but banna bashman ba ki ba ka tlo ba sanya ka go dira metlholo le bana ba tlo go tswa no monyane or are robalana without condom. What do you mean?
No, it's crazy. No, in South Africa there's a lot of issues, man.
There's a lot of
issues. Crime.
But you see, that's what people were saying. Another reason why there's so much corruption is because there's too much power given to one party. So they were like, the solution is that you shouldn't have one party govern. You can't have one party in charge of national budgets, in charge of provincial budgets, in charge of local budgets. Then that's where the corruption starts. So they're like, in order for us to see some sort of improvements within the townships and everything, you should spread the power. So I think...
But isn't it spread through the locals? I mean, they would say...
No, now it is.
Isn't that...
Yeah, when you have local elections, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Which is starting to happen more and more. But I get it now, for the longest of time, ANC was ruling
everywhere.
Most of the parts, even on a local level. And actually on local level, that's where most corruption happens. Because when people are supposed to be fixing the roads, what are they doing? Look at KZN right now.
Because pothole.
Yeah, but you mustn't do that, Kemji. You mustn't do that. Now people are dying because of your ignorance and your
but like KZN, for example.
See what I mean? Like, look at KZN, for example. Yes, it was a weather issue. And you can't do anything with the weather. But there were supposed to be systems in place. One that could warn people in time, so that they can put measures in place to try and
prepare
soften, the blow. Now we've gone back into national state of disaster. And
there's gonna be money that will be given to people. There's issue of water now, the distribution of water now. The MEC the tank for water.
You see, like these things are crazy. Minister or something end up on the throne because some people don't think for other people. And it get greed, it's unfair, man. It makes me mad.
I think that's the reason why we must vote, eh?
Yes, Sdeni, for example, you should. Because
No, I
Sdeni, one
vote.
thing about Sdeni, he doesn't
vote.
participate in South Africa. As long as if they were like there's alcohol somewhere.
I'm the same. I don't have confidence in any of our political parties right now.
No, but all I'm saying, God, there's like probably 20 something political parties. Choose one.
Look at how now people are starting to be against Malema. People that are in the EFF, they're starting to be against Malema now. Imagine we vote for him.
No, Sdeni is
Now I think we must vote for DA.
No ways. What?
DA.
Go to La Mahue.
Oh, because they've got a generator.
Generators there.
Generator.
Next thing, but I was when I gravel. That gravel road can black only.
No, they can't get to that point, Kim G.
You think?
Yeah, it can't get there. Can't get there. We're civilized now.
No,
you know? But they are good in providing services, you know.
Why did they provide it?
Yeah? Everyone, look at Pretoria.
Is it? When did DA take over Pretoria?
When last year? Is it last year?
Okay, they good.
But
Since November last year. Ro April now. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
What's good in Pretoria?
Everything.
Pretoria
Pretoria is clean. It's
Pretoria,
safe.
have you guys went to the Marabastad site?
Marabastad now, behind Marabastad now, they're building the flats. When last did you go?
Malo.
They're building the flats now. And the Marabastad is not bad. It's just that all congested. There's a lot of shops. There's a lot of taxis. But other than that, it's nice. Have you been to Hillbrook? Have you been to Dorenfontein? Have you been to Bree? Have you been to Mosmall Street?
I mean,
Have you been to Kempton Park?
Now. I mean, we are here.
Don't talk about Kempton Park.
There's no electricity in Kempton Park.
Kempton Park is bad.
There's no electricity in Kempton Park.
Okay, let's see. What's next?
But
Hey!
you see, I'm saying the corruption is so bad that you get brave people who even can steal from the ZCC church. You guys know?
Where did you hear about that one?
Because you know I'm thinking now.
No, first, who's your source?
No, I saw it's on Twitter. It's on Twitter. It's everywhere.
One thing I know about ZCC is that ZCC is open now.
Hey, that's what I do.
That's what I do.
So now you have people who are like, no, you know what? There's money there. Let's go and steal money. So now the reason why the story fascinates me is because I'm like, who in their right mind would sit and plan to rob the ZCC church?
No, it was a gun robbery or it was a fraud. It was a scam.
I think there were no guns involved. I think they just went in there, took the money.
Maybe
Maybe they've got an inside source that they're working with.
Maybe they stole the Tem Bank. Like they like cash in heist. Yeah, Tem Bank, not the ZCC.
No, there's
Branch Tem Bank got ZCC.
Yeah. I got Tem Bank belongs to ZCC.
But Branch got ZCC.
I don't know what
they
it is.
stole cash, Sdeni, cash.
Cash, you gotta live like a nice thing for 2 years. For 2 weeks, cash. That church was not operating for the last 2 years.
There's money in there. From what they took money.
What did you see?
It's an article. There's an article about it.
Did you like the article?
It's on Twitter. I will show you the article.
No.
All I'm saying is that
Buhle is dead or maybe I bank with Tem Bank guys. No.
Hey, but Tem Bank actually belongs to ZCC.
No, but who said Tem Bank belongs to ZCC?
It does not.
I know. I know Patrice Motsepe.
Oh, yes, ZCC Moria robbed. But
You think I can?
But it's daily son.
You think I'm coming up with my own stories? No, that time it's
Sunday World.
Hey, it's a big story.
No.
So now people are like, guys, what's gonna happen to these people? Like, everyone's asking, like,
but
it's only a matter of
unholy acts at ZCC as thieves pounds on the headquarters of the ZCC,
Yes.
stealing cash. Details in the Sunday World.
I'm telling you, it's a big thing. Like, that's how bad things are, guys. That's how brave.
Guys, you know what? Let's not talk about ZCC. I heard ZCC is one chat that we mustn't talk about.
ZCC, if it's one church that we mustn't talk about, then how was it dropped?
Imagine stealing it.
I don't know. Those people for sure they'll take themselves back and they'll bring the money back.
Hey, that's why people are like, someone said, I feel sorry for those things.
They'll bring it back. There's no way.
Guys, I wanted to ask you
Imagine bringing it
something.
back in the kid. Now you
No,
are.
nah, that's impossible.
No, they'll bring it
Someone-
back.
No, it was probably gonna be trending.
We'll see.
No, but people respect the ZCC, but it's an in-house
Everyone
thing.
respects,
It's
even
relaxed.
people who are not in the ZCC.
Yeah,
respect
it's an in-house thing. They're doing their own investigation. Those people, they'll bring it. For sure, their leader way is like, don't worry. Police don't be involved.
Yeah. Even the police. Yeah, I know, it's right. Yeah. You don't need to be involved.
Relax.
But have you been to ZCC?
Yeah, I've been. Remember, I'm from the ZCC. Kaka ratio from my mother's side. What's another ZCC?
That's why I
But
get
it's probably people people that works there.
No, that's why I get it. You have to have an inside person. So
Hey.
inside information.
Yes.
You wouldn't just decide or no today.
No,
we
you
are-
can't.
Exactly. So that's what
It's
I'm saying.
inside people.
There's also an inside job.
Because remember, or that is people buying or ZCC.
Yeah.
Like full time.
Yes.
They work there. There's people that stays there for like a year or two or something like that. But my worry is that church has been closed for like 2 years now. Unless if there were people they were just running everything. Or maybe there's people that as soon as they announced that they're coming back, they went in. Just for the preparation and there's an opportunity. But I wonder how much is it because many a lot of 50 cent. 5 cent.
Sdeni,
But what did you do?
when last did you see 5 cent?
You wanted to ask us something.
I wanted to ask you guys, do you know emotional bullying?
Yeah.
Yo.
You know emotional bullying.
Mhm.
Have you ever experienced emotional bullying before?
It's what you do to me sometimes.
What do you mean?
You emotionally bully me.
Nigga, I've only seen you twice.
You emotionally bully me and then
I've only seen you twice. This is the
But
second.
I think we all experience that.
Yeah,
One way
no,
or the other, you'll experience that. I mean, like spanner, you might experience that from your boss, from your colleagues.
do people even understand that what is happening is emotional bullying?
I don't think they.
That was
I don't
gonna be
think.
my
I
next
don't think they
question.
do. I don't think they do. Because that's the reason why even this what do you call this thing? Yeah, the disciplinary
Hearing.
Yeah, what the HR, well, HR.
yeah HR situation where they talk about your the harassment. I think they've amended it just recently. I just don't remember, but it had to do with the fact they're going to gossip about someone. It's actually an offense. Like you as colleagues being liturgical lunch and talking about how bad your boss is. If that guy finds out, they can actually charge you guys. So it's always like that. I mean, this other lady was talking about it. It was like there's someone way longer Kospani. They would talk about their attire every day. That person now compliment one, but that person when he received it, he was like you feel somehow. You know that thing where sometimes on a and every time someone was like, "Hey, daddy, we are pairing," I want compliment, but only to find out or no when you don't take it lightly. And that's kind of emotional bullying that I would think.
Do you
about.
think you've ever bullied someone emotionally?
For sure,
Intentionally, unintentionally.
unintentionally.
Because
I've had some situation where KMG said I said some of the things to her,
And you were not aware.
and I was not aware.
Okay.
And I think some other thing when it comes to jokes, when someone jokes and then they're like, no, but that's a joke. And then maybe Nina might not take it very well. And is that also emotionally?
No, I don't think that is.
It's not included.
Yeah, like I don't think, because that's the thing. I think a lot of people, we need to understand emotional bullying, because I don't think, but this is my opinion, I don't think emotional bullying is saying a joke and offending someone, not knowing. I think it's when you carry on doing something.
Yes.
Like when you carry on doing something and someone will say, I don't like it when you do A, B, and C. But then I will carry on pushing that narrative, you know, whether it's if I'm attacking someone's weight or if I'm attacking someone's, just their being and they don't like it and I'm constantly doing that. I think that's emotional bullying.
I was actually talking to my sister-in-law about it. You know, sometimes as like I've experienced emotional bullying before, but for me to just let go, sometimes I prefer not to say anything and say, hey, you've broke my heart. I then decide, it's fine. And then she was like, but you keeping it to yourself, at some point you'll probably take it out on the wrong person instead of the person that did you like that. And I think it's a real thing.
It touched you, no?
No, it's a real thing. And what's about if you can check, even yet, like your family members, your friends, there's always this person that will always say something about you. Yeah, like there's this other person that will just always say something about you. Be it but you know something about how I look or how I talk or something like that, which is not nice.
But you see, like even parents, like I feel like in our culture as black people, like we don't understand that what you're doing, you could be emotionally bullying someone, you know, like a parent telling one or that you are stupid, to a point where it starts like really entering the person's mind, and they can't even express themselves. Like they're scared to have an opinion because they know that no, now I'm stupid, so I mustn't have an opinion.
To think about it, to think about it, now no mama too much.
Marwa, not about too much.
She's emotionally bullying me.
Now you just become one of the
for 2 days.
But not about 2 days, that's all. That one right there. Not much is daily, please. I think maybe these are the things because as new generation, these are the things we should just teach our kids.
Yes.
Or there's this, there's that, there's this, there's that. Because I think there's a lot of things in my family that we've normalized. Like you can't tell Mutomogolo. Because a person can come and say, hey, Kamogelo, when you didn't put it, and you can't say, you just admit, all right, it's fine, I put it. That's abuse. That's bullying. You know, man. I think these are the things we need to teach. But as well, I do that to my siblings. Or should I hurt you? Please let me know. I can't something. I mean, I probably didn't know what I broke your heart. Just let me know.
The biggest challenge is that when as a person, like as a victim link,
you're either the victim or you are not a victim.
Yeah, I'm a victimist.
Okay, yeah. If you're not a victim, you don't know. The problem is that you don't know that you're hating the other person.
Yeah.
That's a problem. You know, you don't know. There's a lot of things that we say to people and only to find out after 10 years that you eventually tell someone that they can't be whatever that they are now. Never try to prove it, you know that it motivates you.
And it does.
Did you see the video of those kids that were smoking weed?
Those kids, like I wanted to use that word that I just said I mustn't use because it's emotional bullying. But those kids don't think. They don't think. And then, ironically, you're at school to think, but they don't think. How do you? Okay, fine. It's 4:20. You are celebrating, the day where, you know, people are expressing themselves and smoking weed, then you guys go and record. How many of them were there?
In a 36, they said 36 were suspended. 36
Oh.
letters, yeah.
Imagine I
In
wanna
a public space, like.
and
you know,
I learn up really school.
you smoked weed.
Yeah, at school, but recording it.
But you wouldn't record all 36 of you. Because like, and another thing is, it must be 37. Even the one that was recording.
Yeah.
Who was recording? Hey!
For sure.
Don't forget the one.
For sure, they started with that one.
Don't forget the one that was recording. But it's like, okay, if there's 36 of us and someone is recording, it's clear that the aim is for it to be out there so that it can trend. Which is very dumb. Which is very, 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 very dumb. You know, so yeah, they did a good thing by suspending those
them,
kids.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys smoke weed?
I stopped long time ago.
Why?
Have you seen the word like it's okay, but it has been like it's so fashionable. I mean, people smoke.
Yeah,
I don't like that thing.
smoke.
I don't know how to lie.
You've never smoked it.
Let me say I've never.
You've never.
So then why do you not like it?
I don't know why. Like I messed up people's faces.
And alcohol?
I don't know. I've never seen anyone that was messed by alcohol.
I stopped. I stopped. Long time ago, man. Probably 2011, 12.
Why did you stop?
It was not giving.
No. Those kids mustn't do that. They must think, man. SASA is no longer giving 350.
I get a national state of disaster if I delay, guys.
No, but they've enforced another national state of...
Yeah, but they're waiting for the amendments. Do you think it will be
So
done with it?
how much are they? No, but I heard somewhere that no, but I think this person was joking.
Yeah.
They're only gonna give 350 to people that have matric.
No, yeah, but they said they're gonna.
Don't have metric,
I don't know about that, but it's gonna be a new application. Like if you are receiving, you need to go through the process again and apply and everything. You know.
I never got that 350.
Then they're gonna go apply.
You've never, but Jazanga will apply.
I've done it.
And I was actually going to apply for it.
I didn't get
For petrol.
every time I get up, no man, 350. Like people on social media will be like, it's only 350. I'm like, oh, the SASA, let me appeal. Same thing. But I have another income which I don't know.
Which you don't know.
I don't know.
But you have another income. I got one about a conversation.
I'm a blesser. Sabawell.
I don't know.
Do you know someone who wants a little baby like me? Who has a boat? Do you have a private jet?
Yeah.
Someone who wants to make
an arch somewhere somehow.
Yes, someone who wants to make me a housewife.
What can we say since you don't know where the money is coming from? So maybe.
I know. I don't have. I don't know. I know that I don't have a blessing.
Okay. That's fine.
Sorry, you're a blessing.
I want to be one.
You're a blessing. Blessed blessing.
Cost of living way too high, guys.
Kenji, don't worry.
I appreciate it.
Don't worry. Okay, guys, what's that to talk about? I think I'm done from my side.
Another thing that happened, the whole country is waiting in anticipation. They're looking because the Senzumiwa trial started.
Oh.
Finally, it started. And then all the accused have said that they are pleading not guilty. So it's going to be one hell of a long drama. So
Namara, I believe that.
you believe that it wasn't.
Yeah, they didn't kill Senzo, although they probably killed other people.
They did. They admitted. Some of them are actually already spending time in prison for
what they
killings.
did.
Yes. But yeah, so that started. And then it's just going to be a back and forth. So we'll see what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's still going to be a long one.
It's going to be a long one. But for the family just to find peace, Papa Senzo died, Ranyaka, the killers as well, you know.
Yeah,
for the family
crazy.
just to find peace, I just hope that one day the 7 people that were in the house will come together and tell the truth. If not, then that's fine, I guess.
I saw even that lady, she's back in the court, Rosemary Grove.
Oh.
Rosemary Grove, that's the one. I don't want to talk about her because I might not make it next week.
No.
That's a woman.
That's a movie. That's one.
That
That one, she's creating a movie.
Yeah.
That's worthy documentary on Netflix.
Yeah.
And you know what's fascinating about her is just the lack of emotion.
Right.
That
She pull up back her makeup, looking all fly
Bro,
from
like,
jail. That lady.
But do you think maybe that's her plan for her to be like that so that people can think, oh no, mutho wa lwala.
Now she's guilty.
Well, no, I don't think so. That lady, she's the core criminal. It's one of those ladies that our kids will read about her.
Kara history.
Kara history book will read about her.
Yeah, the people we live amongst. No.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the conversation with Sdeni and Kamo. Buhle.
We're done.
Guys,
for the day.
Are we done? Is there anything that we still have to talk about?
Congratulations, then we probably didn't get that on camera.
Oh yes! Guys, please go to Sdeni's social media. Yes.
I'm here.
You need to see how smart he looks because I'm a graduation. He looks so dope. You looked.
He looked nice.
I
He
look
looked
so
nice.
nice,
He looked very nice, eh?
Thank you.
He looked very proper.
But I always do cut my hair.
No, but I mean, like, you look nice.
You look like it could be someone's
looked
dad.
nice.
Could be a husband.
I must get married this
You
year.
must get married this
Yeah,
year.
you said September.
September this year I'm
April,
getting
May,
married.
June, July, September.
September.
There you go.
It's crazy how people don't believe me that I'm getting married.
I
Why?
mean, I also don't believe him.
How?
No, I don't believe you.
Why?
You.
He's getting married.
So you don't believe it?
No, now I believe it because he mentions it a lot. He's been mentioning it since Jan. So if it's been January, since January,
Disappointed.
happy by September
I'm
he
disappointed in this guy.
you uberekile kwenze serato sa ka ke nna mama
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a conversation with Sdeni and Kamo. Check out KMG Love Language Mixtape. Buhle, where you going this week?
Nice. This week I am in Muff Town.
Yes, I saw you did an interview with them.
Yeah.
So you're going when?
I'm going to Muff Town on the 30th. I might be in Turf on the 29th, but I know definitely Mafikeng on the 30th.
30th. It will be on a Saturday. Great.
Now why did you ask me?
What's the name of the place? Still coming.
Mahodi's Tavern.
What's happening?
Oh,
What's happening there?
It's
Muff Town, it's fun.
a festival. There's going to be a piano, hip hop, afro soul. It's just a
Is it surprise invasion going there?
That's dope.
That's dope.
Where you gigging this weekend?
I'm going out with my niece.
You're gigging at McDonald's.
No, I wouldn't do McDonald's.
Hey.
We don't do McDonald's.
No.
I'm going out.
I must actually also learn to be a DJ. I must get boogies.
Go be a father. Get married.
Go get married.
You don't want to
Prepare
live.
yourself.
You don't want to live my life.
Prepare yourself emotionally, physically, financially on how to be a husband.
No.
You don't want to live my life.
I think your next year, I'm January, I'm not a picture like 2012. I'm canceling.
Why don't you say why would not I live your life?
It's a crazy life.
No, but remember from my side I'm gonna be playing soul and R&B. So I'm gonna
then that'll work.
Yeah,
And you're gonna make money.
I'm gonna. You know, like I was at Korasten over the weekend, the long weekend. So on Sunday, it was the soul session. So Mashata and Mashabel, they were there.
Guy understand?
I even spoken to Mashabel. He gave me his numbers. I was like, must come to the conversation. So
They were booked. Or they
they were booked.
Events,
They were booked there. So Mashata wadlala, dlala R&B. Then Mashabel, you'll just be talking and all this thing. And I was thinking about it. This thing, I must actually learn to play soul and R&B. Then call Lisa to come and be doing the jokes while we're doing it. We can kill it. Imagine Lisa and Sdeni.
And you guys can do it.
But
easy.
it's on a Sunday. Imagine I'm playing on a Sunday at 1 o'clock. Tomorrow morning, the following morning I must
But
be
1
at
o'clock,
Stephen's
2
place.
o'clock, you're done. 3, you go home.
We are at Beggarsford.
But when you drive, Bonnet Flight
So are you gonna
also-
teach me? Are you gonna teach me?
Yeah, I
Are you-
will.
Is it easy? Maranagri is just a matter of.
When
Plus soul and R&B.
it's simple. Sanalibo house. Hey, one thing about my piano, that's why I'm saying my first mix was a mess because my brother was like, what is this? But the song selection was nice, and then he was like, no, post it.
So you even put some Tanzanian there.
I did.
Ah,
The song
Tanzania is
selection
nice. You
was
must check it.
nice.
This other guy was like, Uncle Waffle was nice on Tanzania, and this guy was like the one that she bought.
I love Uncle Waffles, and I believe that she made that song.
Exactly.
There's a when I airport Kua Polokwane flight ticket 1.2 from here to Polokwane. So if you get bookings go for Cassper, you fly.
To Polokwane and still drive
And
to
still drive to-
Megasport.
Yeah,
Doesn't
it's
make
only
sense.
15
They must
minutes
create an airport in Vegas.
Exactly. Or get like a helicopter. You get a helicopter.
Wa go ya manga or di tane tsa gae o khumana isele se golo e le nyenyane ka kanyana mo gare wa go bia kai helicopter grounding
Helicopter can stop everywhere, Mos.
everywhere. Then what do you mean everywhere?
Every helicopter. Oh, bro.
No,
How do you want a helicopter?
Get that small nyana one.
Eh.
Not everywhere. It does not need a proper landing.
Oh, wow.
No, not really.
No, it just moves
just
like-
as an open.
That's why.
That's why even paramedics for emergencies they can land
Hey.
almost anywhere.
You can land on my gravel road.
Yes, anyway.
That's it.
Helicopter, that's why if you check sea mining, like one of those ship, they do in the sea, mining for diamonds. Those people they stay there for like 2 years in the sea. Then the helicopter they just coming in, take
put the
people,
helipads.
take the material and all. And you mine something like this, like the space where it stands is like.
Haven't you seen like there's a space and then
There's a
there's an
space.
H?
There's an H there.
Yeah, but I get it. Then what we check I Vegas for HL.
And out.
Hey, ladies and
Bye-bye.
gentlemen, we are out.
Bye.
Ah, yeah, KMG.
Bye-bye.
KMG will never want me to succeed in
I'm
life.
not saying you should.
Hey,